Isn't fooled at all.
No swing. Man at second. That misses.
That's the ball.
Yeah, that's ball 2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there, and that is foul. Here's a 2-1. That one
That's
missed. Foul ball there. Payoff pitch. And ball 4 to a board.
Take your base.
First and second, no outs. David Ortiz. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Out towards right center field. Crow Armstrong has a beat on it. And there's one down. Nobody on his team has a better batting average than he does, Siggy.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. The tag, and he's out at second. Man on second, 2 down. And the count 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2. And there's a ball.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss. Here's Nico Horner.
Leading off tonight, the second baseman, number 2, Nico Horner.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Way out front for strike 2. Popped up. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Got him swinging for the K. The high heat, too much on that one.
Here, what?
That pitch clips the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. 2 down, bases empty. So up next for Chicago, Alex Bregman.
That missed. That's a ball.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1. Knee high. That's in for a strike. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Back here at the friendly confines. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. In the air to left center. Pat gets under it. And there's one down.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
And that one is lifted in the air. Suzuki on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Now the left fielder, Josue De Paula. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. Here at Wrigley Field, so up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. Yeah, that's fouled off. Here's 0-1. And a swing and a miss.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts. Fought off foul. No score here in the second.
No, that missed.
And 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. In half up to hit. The half daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Ground ball up the middle. Gets it to first. Half is out, and that'll do it. Back here at Wrigley Field, on to the third inning. Number 86 now at the plate. Swing and a foul out of play. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air left center field. This one's got a chance. That's down. One hops off the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Ball.
That one fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
Ball.
That's outside.
That's outside.
3-2 now. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Hank settles under this one. Takes it in for the out. Back to the top of the lineup. Now batting Jarren Duran. Led this game off with a double, but they weren't able to drive him in. And that one pulled foul. Man, foul ball. The 0-2. Now a pop-up on the infield. Bregman settles underneath it. And there's 2 away.
Up next to the Brewers, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
That one fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Here's the 0-2. And a breaking ball misses outside. Tap to first, and it goes just foul. 1-2 now. In the dirt. Now that's smacked to right center. That's a base hit. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw bounces, and he's in there safely with the stolen base. Ripped on the ground to second. In time to Bush. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Set for the bottom of the third. Now the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly. Swings and misses. That's strike one. Kelly, in his 8th season, 31 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2012. Just missed.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. One away.
Ball outside.
Just
Ball.
missed. There's a swing and a miss. That misses
no,
the
that
zone.
missed. That's a ball.
Ball 3. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner will come up to hit.
Ball inside. Wood.
Two down, nobody on. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out. And he strikes out the side in the third. As we go to the top of the fourth, here's Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
This one in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong should have this one. And there's one away.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Aldi.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Bush takes it in for the out. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. At the plate, Ken Griffey Jr. flied to right his first time.
Ball.
Into center. Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Bottom of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman number 3, Alex.
And there's a foul ball. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Towards first, Ortiz. He takes it on his own, and he is thrown. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's the left fielder, Josue De Paula. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And it stays fair. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit.
Runner on the go. Pitch is high. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe. Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first. One away here in the 5th. So up next, Joe Matt. Fly to left his first time.
Ball.
This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Brewers, the right fielder, number 16, Darren Duran.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
The 0-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Almost got him. Just off the inside edge.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. Swing and a ball driven out to center. Way back there. It's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Michael Busch. And that's in there at the knees.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And I don't know what's going on there, but he's safe at first. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1 out, man at first. So up next for Chicago, Ian Happ. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Tap foul to plate. Good eye right there. Breaking ball misses down and away.
That's a really good take.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
What he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in his zone.
Swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's.
That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. Back here at the friendly confines. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's Jose Ramirez. high fly ball right field. Suzuki under this one. Takes it in for the out.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Strike two. Ripped to right. Suzuki on the move. And there's two down. Caleb Thielbar on the pitch.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Alvarez up for the third time here. Watches that one miss. And another ball. Late on that fastball.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
That one finds the corner, and the count's even at 2. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that'll do it. Here at Wrigley Field, now it'll be the Cubs DH, Matt Shaw. In there at the knees for a strike. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Missed with a changeup, and the count is 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Hee-haw!
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. And ball 1. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. Swinging a foul straight back. Got the bat going too soon at strike 2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fact.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. That one opts against the fence. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Man at second. Swings and misses, struck him out. We go to the top of the 7th. Ozzie Albies up to the plate.
Ozzie Albies.
Oh, 2 now. That one lifted to left. Pound in position. And a quick out, number 1.
That missed. That's a ball.
He's
Outside,
just
ball.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but So many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
2 down. And here is Josue De Paula, 1 for 2. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Bruins, the shortstop, Jesus Marvin.
Runner takes off, and that one fouled off. Runner on the go again. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. The shortstop takes the ball. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Seiya Suzuki.
Notice how they're swinging too early or too late? That's a timing problem. They need to guess right on a few of those pitches, and I mean make an educated guess.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball.
That one finds the zone. 1 and 2. And add another K. That's number 17. What a game.
The first baseman,
fastball for a strike.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
On the ground, Ramirez slings it across. Now 2 away. And here comes Dansby Swanson. Swings through that one for strike 1.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't.
Throws to first in time. Misplayed. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Daniel Palencia.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game. Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
0-1. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice job at driving.
Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Throw, save.
Well, these guys, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Man at second. Left field. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. And now a wide throw to third. Pivotal at bat now for the dangerous Jose Ramirez. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
And he swings through that one. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit. Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. Got him. 2 gone.
Up next for the Bruins, the first baseman, number 34, David Ortiz.
In the air, left field. Pat turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Tyler Rogers.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and
That's
close.
The ball.
There's a reason they're put in these situations.
And there's a base hit, and the tying run is on base.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
The 1-2. Way high.
Ball.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out man at first. Matt Shaw, the next to hit. That misses.
No, that's outside. Ball.
A little out front there as he swings through it. And a count 1-2. Now one
That's
miss.
the ball.
Stays alive. The 2-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out. That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you
That
can't
miss,
get
that's
him
the
in the
ball.
scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
And that one fouled off. The 1-2. Got him looking. And he's gone for the. We're back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Hunter Harvey. Well, 1-run game. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. 0 for 3 in this one. And he hits a ground ball right side corner. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Pulls that one foul. Harvey, in his 7th season, 31 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2013. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. 2 down, bases empty. Now here is Ken Griffey Jr. 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
Hit weakly on the ground. Corner. On to first, and that's the 3rd out. Back here at Wrigley Field, so up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. On the order for a strike. 0-1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 1-run game, bottom 9. Got him swinging. Nasty pitch right there. 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. To third, Ramirez. Throw to first is in time. So it's their last chance in this one. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Strike one. They're down to their final strike. 2 down, nobody on. And the home team trying to pull it out. Got him, and that's the ball game. 1-0 the final.